question that I was asked if I still believe in God, even though I'm not any longer one of Jehovah's Witnesses. So the short answer is yes. Actually, I could not be a life coach if I did not believe in a higher power. As I'm using this wonderful higher power myself as a coach, as I'm teaching people about laws of the universe. But the God I believe in is a very highly spiritual force. It is not the God of the Bible that for me is very man-like type of God. And I'm going to mention you 5 points here. And that's going to really answer your question why I do not believe in the God of the Bible as being the true God. Does not mean I don't believe in a higher power or God, whatever you want to call it. So number one reason that I have a hard time of, seeing the God of the Bible as the true God is that for me, the true God does not demand worship. The God of the Bible demands worship or else. This to me is a very man-like quality. It is not a God-like quality at all, not a spiritual God anyway. What it makes me think of those world leaders or of those country leaders that are, dictatorial, such as, for example, the leader of North Korea. Either you worship him or else. You could be killed, you could be in prison, you'll be in big trouble either way. So the God of the Bible is pretty much like the leader of North Korea to me. He demands worship, and if you do not worship him, well, eventually you'll die, but you are not free. There is no such thing as freedom with the God of the Bible, and this is a man-like quality. Number two, that goes along with demanding worship, I guess, is jealous. The God of the Bible is jealous. Well, jealousy, even if you take jealousy in its purest form, it's still a man-like type quality. Let's say you may be jealous of your spouse if you feel like they are flirting with someone else, and that would be a natural way, that would be a natural jealousy, so to speak. But still, it would be, and it is, a man-like quality. It has nothing to do with a spiritual God, that's above and beyond any fleshy feelings. But being jealous, it's a man-like quality. And there are many proof, in the Bible that yes, God is jealous and wants people to worship him. And what it made me think, as I was thinking about when I was preparing this video, is made me think about the difference between God and me, or God and me, and my animals and me, for example. I have 10 pets here. I have 2 dogs, 5 cats, 3 donkeys, and a sheep. And they are all, attached to me in one way or another. And let's say 1 or 2 of them like me less than the other 8, or even 6 of them like me less than the other 2, whatever. Would I be jealous? I mean, that's absolutely outrageous. As I was thinking of this, I was like, I could not be jealous. Now, they could be jealous among themselves if they felt that I give more attention to one than the other, and that would be normal. But for me, I could not be jealous of them, even if I knew that a few of them loved me more than the other few. It's ridiculous. Why it's ridiculous? Because, it's the same stupidity as thinking that God, a spiritual God, could be jealous. It makes no sense at all. Being jealous, no matter how you look at it, is a man-like quality. It's not a God-like quality. So that's another reason why I have a very hard time to see a jealous God as being a true spiritual God that's above and beyond everything. Number 3, and I could have put that in number 1, but it doesn't matter, is the mass murderer that God is. The God of the Bible is a mass murderer. As a matter of fact, if you were to read the Bible and you never knew it's the Bible, and you would replace God's name or God's title by any other name, you would feel that this person is pretty bad, right? Actually, if you read the Bible and read all the accounts of mass murder, it would make you think of another mass murderer that is a human being that's very unpopular and who is called Hitler. So to me, frankly, and I'm sorry if I'm shocking you, but if I read the accounts of the mass murdering sections of the Bible, it makes me think of Hitler. Hitler was killing people for pretty much the same reason as God in the Bible. You know, he demanded worship, he demanded that people be like he wanted, and anyone that didn't seem to be good enough, all of that had to die. Well, the God of the Bible is very similar if you compare that God of the Bible to a very unpopular and famous human being, very similar to Hitler. So another reason why I absolutely don't believe that the God of the Bible is the true God. Number 4, incest. Now, if you are one of Jehovah's Witnesses, or if you're next one of Jehovah's Witnesses, you know what I'm talking about here. In the case of the story of Lot, he lost his wife, and since God, the God of the Bible, wanted him to continue, the family line, so to speak, he had his daughters making him drunk so they could have children with him. I mean, how disgusting is this? I mean, this is above and beyond. This is not a God-like quality, not as you would understand what God is, being a spiritual being, but yet accepting, promoting, in this case, incest. For any type of normal human being, incest is right next to murder, right? Is one of the most disgusting thing that you would ever want to entertain. Well, yet the God of the Bible promoted, in this case, incest. And that was perfectly all right for him, apparently. So, yet another reason why, no, I do not believe that the God of the Bible is the true God. Then, number 5, for the God of the Bible, there is no such thing as free will. Well, the God I believe in is 100% free will. The fact that there is a higher power that we can actually use if we want to in our lives or not use, it's up to us, and that's called free will. The God of the Bible, again, is like those country leaders that give no free will to their people. Either they obey, or if they don't, they'll be in trouble. Well, with the God of the Bible, it's the same thing. If you don't obey him, you are in trouble. You'll be killed eventually, sooner or later. All right? So there's no such thing as free will with the God of the Bible. So what I do believe is that most of the Bible, to me, as I've studied, findings and what Bible scholars are telling about the Bible, finding out that supposedly prophecy books are actually no prophecies at all. They were written after the facts, so forth and so on. I do believe that the Bible is actually not very much of an inspired book. And that most of the Bible, all it is the ideas of the man that wrote those words, that wrote those books that are called nowadays the Bible. So if you really use your thinking abilities and analyze, what God looks like, I mean, best case scenario is a very, very bad man interpretation of what God is. And worst case scenario is completely made up according to their belief, their very primitive beliefs of what God should be like. So that is my, what I think about the Bible. It may not be what you think, but anyway, let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my video, and I'll be sure to, if you have any questions, any comments, I'll be sure to reply to you. Thanks for listening, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.